Good evening. Good evening and good evening, salutations, my soap opera fans. So, it's not even really a question at this point. It seems like the old Esme Prince will resurface on General Hospital. Now, I'm going to be putting out a video later this week, talking about things that I feel that GH needs to desperately improve. But one of the things I want to happen today is it seems like Esme is starting to get her memories back. I've been saying this for a hot minute. Either bring her memories back or get her off this show because this version is not working. Now I'm going to sit there and do a quick roll call. Um, as you are coming in, make sure that you do hit the like button. It really does help. LaShanta, how have you been? You've been missed. Black Mon, it's always good to see you, my friend. Darby's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Laura B's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Now I know Cherry Ice Cream. How you doing? I saw you at JRJ Media's live stream earlier, right? He was on there today. Now, Esme is a very hot topic because of the whole Springer thing. I'm gonna sit there and say this. I'm gonna sit there and say this only a few times. If you're one of those people that gets really emotional when it comes towards the whole Esme versus Springer thing, um, yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and really deal with that tonight. I'm really not. I'm just gonna be a dick. Lashanta said Trina really self-righteous right now. Freddie's in the chat. What's good, Freddie? I know some people tend to get very sensitive when it comes to us talking about Trina. I ain't doing it either. Okay. As I always sit there and say, no character is Spirit the Rod. And if we can sit there and talk about this stuff in a very peaceful and fun manner, cool. If not, well, you're just going to sit there and see another side of me, and it's not going to be good. So, CW's in the chat. What's good, CW? Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yeah, I was. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, because I've been pissing people off for a week, so I figured why stop now? Bring back the old. Listen, one of the things that this show desperately needs is a villain, a really good villain. I actually told you from a drop this video tonight because I don't want to spoil too much of it, but one of the things that this show needs is a good villain. Okay, and Esme actually brung them. Oh, Lobby says you forgot to mention Dante and Anna. Yeah, I kind of did. I think because they were another people that didn't really. No, actually, I did. No, actually, no. Lobby, I did mention it. I didn't mention it in full detail, but I did mention it though. Darby is those self-righteous ones that commit the most crimes. Was good, Big Nate. Let's see, B&B and Y now was good. Jace was okay, and Days was okay. But yeah, I did mention them. I didn't mention them fully. About that, I was like, yep. So yeah, Lashanta, you sort of preview. I mean, you sort of promos. Actually, watched. Well, I saw it this morning. I didn't get a chance to watch it until after work though. Yes, this week has been crazy. They got a temporary Jocelyn in. Um, given everything that happened with Eda McCoy, she's gonna be out for a little bit. I went on Instagram. They got the what is this thing called? ABC soaps or ABC in depth. I think that's what it's called. Oh my goodness, this needs to move. Is Lashanta says, "What is the point of them they arguing with RJ?" I mean, I understood it. Oh, soaps and debt. Soaps and debt. in depth. Oh, here we go again. She found out her mom got. Maybe is this the time she found out her mom? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like the old Esme is coming back. And exactly, finally, Freddie. That's exactly what I've been saying for a hot minute. I was like, yo, listen, they either need to sit there and let this chick go or bring her back as the old way because this one was not working. So I'm glad. But yeah, they got Courtney, whatever her last name, Courtney F. Anthony, the one and only Anthony, the number one YouTuber, was good, my friend. I'm doing good, Anthony. How you doing tonight? Anthony is the one and only YouTuber. Oh yeah, we talked about that this week on Lashanti. You missed a very interesting conversation. I'll say you missed a very interested and heated Well, it was somewhat heated. I'll put it this way: um, Mrs. Jack Abbott was not happy with me. Okay, this weekend, Mrs. Jack Abbott was not happy with me. So just remember that I said it first in case she comes in here. Lashanta said, "I'm so surprised Chelsea didn't win." I was surprised by a lot of stuff. Um, if you saw my review for the not for the daytime Emmy awards, Jonathan was good. Lord B says, "I'm sorry, I missed a lot." Yeah, well, it was crazy. Well, also, Lord B, you're not a member anymore. But it was, you know what, Lord B, in some ways, hmm, part of me wants to think and say, Lord B, it's kind of good that you missed at least Sunday was good. Saturday got a little crazy. Saturday got a little crazy. Sunday was good though. So Sunday, I feel like you would have definitely, you would have enjoyed that one. Yeah, no, but Lord be, no, we missed you in the chat though. We missed you in the members chat. Crystal Hopkins, how you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron, how do you feel, buddy? Ronnie Ron, talk to me about your feelings. Yes, CW, he beat out Maurice Bernard and Peter Bergman. Johnson says Desperado Pearson really in front. Yo, listen, this story is going so left. I love how Nicole was just like, well, what do you mean I'm going to jail? What? Why would I go to jail for? I mean, I brought the baby back. Ron, Ron, I'm here for you. Now, Ron says I'm over the effing Emmy Awards. Yeah, Ron, you said that the Days of Our Lives was going to win the best soap opera drama. What happened with that? How did he lose? How did he not get any? That's right, Lashanta. She got fired. They said that they don't need the Taylor character no more. Oh, Lashanta, you missed it. Hmm. And I read, I mean, granted, this is from her version. It was like basically just saying, yeah, thank you. We're not going to renew your contract. You did a good job and have a good one. Now, Freddie says, now don't get me wrong, I'm glad Sonya Eddy got an Emmy, but I just hate when it finally her time to shine is in her death, so I really don't know how to feel about it, honestly. Terry Ice Cream, you missed the awards. And DC, he was good, DC. DC didn't, didn't exactly do his homework assignment. Listen, I'm gonna require all the soap opera reviewers to make sure they watch the Emmys next year. And DC, I got on what you call it too. I got on Danny Bear's case about that too. Ron said exactly. I don't know how Days didn't win any awards. It's crazy. Ron, how do you feel about GH winning the award? How do you feel about General Hospital winning that award? CW says it's not that Taylor was needed, more like she wasn't wanted. Exactly. Because of budget, because allegedly Brad Bell doesn't he favors the Logans. Bobby says, I like your new post, DC. Bobby says Sloan is no longer not showing her claws to Nicole for sakes. What the DC says, I love how Albert wants to get on everyone's case when he hasn't been watching the Emmys for years. This is my only year missing it. Look at I know. I'm ain't that crazy? Cherry says was Roger or Nathaniel. Um in the live stream, no. Well, he came on real quick on Sunday. Oh, you mean in the Emmys? No, no, they were not there. They were at the Emmys. I know that is crazy. I never watched the awards, but that's the thing though, DC. I wanted to talk to you about the awards. That was my whole thing. I'm like, God damn it, you, Danny Bear. I mean, Kyrie's just, whatever. Um, Kyrie's just started doing his reviews. Yeah, I've been doing that for a hot minute. I kind of expect a little. I don't know. Johnson says, but the nerve of Sloan telling Nicole to stay away from. That was so out of pocket, Jonathan. I was like, yo, listen, what? Whoa. DC says I got a damn C on that Sonny Corinthos paper like WTF. What? Why? Why a C? DC. I feel like I want to say something, but do you want to hear what I have to say or not really? Grams, what's good, Grams TV? Lashanta says Stephanie and Tom don't need their mother. Well, Lashanta, people sit there and say that about Lois. It's like, oh, she's there because she needs to be a mom for Brooklyn. But in this case, just the stress and everything like that, I'm like, I understand it. Remember when Nikisha was not there asking to look at your paper before you? Didn't she ask, could she look at your paper before you submitted it? Because part of me is just like, damn, like maybe you should have kind of took her up on it. But I don't know what the paper was, and I don't understand how you got a C on it either. Freddie says, however, how does it feel since you've been saying she hasn't been born, but the daytime Emmys voice says otherwise? They won big that night, including. Um, Freddie, I feel like they're going to continue to be doing the boring stuff that they're doing because they got a pat on the back. They got a pat on the back. That's the thing that annoys me. It's like they got a pat on the back for stuff that I've sat there and criticized for a year, and they're just like, all right, cool. I guess we could just continue doing what we did before. Like, what the? But no, DC, that was my comment. Justin said GH1 was based on the show performance from last year. Mm. DC says she did, but I didn't know if I had enough time. Apparently, my professor gave me a C because the interventions were appropriate for Sunny's anxiety and mine. I went to her office hours before submitting it to make sure I was on the right track, but not appropriate. Oh, okay. Damn, damn. I don't even have anything to say about that. I mean, I guess the next term paper you should probably sit there and have Nikisha look it over. Just saying. This not a knock to you or anything like that. Ron says, I hope that Leo drains every dollar out of Sloan and continue to make her life. DC said, I spent 10 days on that paper that deserves an A. Was a bunch of BS. I mean, some of what they did last year was understandable. But overall, the show been lacking, and I agree. Johnson says days may end up winning in the next ceremony this coming summer, hopefully. Now, Nate said, did you see Frank at the daytime Emmy Awards doing acceptancy? He looked, yeah, yeah, Nate, my dude, yes, Nate, my dude, was done. My dude was pre-game. Freddie says apparently Jays did something right because they won Outstanding Drama in 2021, then in 2022, then in 2023. He's just not going anywhere. All right, Freddie. So let me just because I feel like I get this a lot. So here's the thing, Freddie. When I sit there and say that it's boring and it's lacking in certain episodes, I don't say that happily. Um, in all fairness, you know, to the Emmys, Freddie is not going to change my mind. Like they might have actually sat there and thought that what they were doing, you know, this year or last year was acceptable, but I don't. And I don't say that lightly. I love GH. It's just, you know, um, Johnson says, what kind of joke did Donnell trying to make? I may have missed that part. He made a play. He made a word play on Laura Ray's name, talking about you're not wrong, Laura, right? You get it because your name is right. Uh, Gemini was good. Ariana, knowing it, you damn right. Knowing the spirit, the goddamn right. The goddamn right. You are damn right. Um, more analyzing and less. Oh, this is apparently she said the tentacles would have not helped Sunny's anxiety because I didn't properly express how Sunny would be helped by those tentacles, but at the same time she said she wanted. Okay. Oh. Johnson says, "Oh, a dad joke." It wasn't a dad joke. It was a lame joke. He was like, um, it was something. Yeah, it was something about like, "Oh, you're not wrong about that, Laura, right?" Because her last name is Right. Like it was a stupid joke. It really was more analyzing and less story. So I'm confused. Well, what are you confused about? Darby says, I hope that Jack, instead of replacing Billy with Kyle, he should replace Billy with his sister Ashley. Oh, that'd be what's up. Mr. Bear, how have you been? DC's, but apparently everybody in my class practically got a C on their paper. It's giving Victor Newman pitting the new. I like that. I like that. Darby says it was okay. Thanks. Okay. No, it's good to see you though, Ariana. You definitely been missed. LaShanta says so. Claire Gray says Newman and so somebody else to screw up besides Adam. But you know what? They probably won't give him that. They won't give her that same energy. Not really. They won't give her that hardcore energy. Yeah, I did. I did, Jonathan. I mean, it makes sense. She's grieving, so you got to give her a time. It's gonna be awkward with the scenes with Dexter. I'll tell you that much, Jonathan. DC says, but next time I'm gonna make time and have Nikisha look at it. I think it's a good idea. If you need to get in touch with her, let me know. LaShanta says Victor's security team needs to be fired. Exactly. I said the same thing. Oh, I'm like, and granted, I started watching a little bit of a tomorrow's episode. I'm just like, what? Ariana says, I have missed being in the live streams. Yeah, no, it was really good. It's you've been missed. Ariana, this weekend was kind of bonkers. This weekend's live stream was kind of bonkers. Like I said, let's just sit there and say that Mrs. Jack Abbott was not too thrilled with me. He was not happy at all. And she vividly expressed that. Gemini says, so Victoria has another kid. Yeah. And now Claire has some half sisters. A half sister and half brother. LaShanta says, I can't wait till Jack opens his eyes and see Billy was right. Right about what? Diane or Kyle? Are we still on this whole evil Diane? Gemini says Adam is not a screw up. They're all a hot mess. DC says I was shocked that Albert went up against his precious Diane the Diamond. It was fun. I was just, I said to DC, I think I was just more analyzing on like why she was so heated because I was like, I said a bunch of nice stuff when I gave my commentary. I was just like, so you just decided to focus on all the bad stuff. Freddie says I saw an interview with Cindy Watros during the 2023 Emmy Awards. Asked will Nina win in the end? So there were Cindy's Watros exact words. Ooh, okay, that's what's up. Ethel, how you doing tonight? DC says because back in the day, if someone went up against Albert Precious, Diane, they got booted. So DC, what you're saying is that I should pretty much boot myself, right? I should just boot myself. I should just boot myself out my own chat. Technically I can do that too. DC says, Gemini says, Albert, you have to admit that Dan is trying to kick Billy out of the job. But the thing is, Billy left though. Yes, I can see your point of view. Yes, I would I can see that. Johnson says an interesting casting today for those. Oh, okay, that's what's up. The gorgeous Queen Janice in the chat was good. Was good. Happy Monday, Janet. Ron says, I'm still laughing at your answer regarding the Cindy Watchers incident when you said they called her names and booed her. Yeah, exactly, because they're not. That's not actually, yes, exactly, Ron. Ron, I just want you to know that it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. DC says when Diane made that statement about kicking Billy out, so I asked, was like, sis, your true colors are showing. Mr. Bear said they let GH win like Rich, like Eric. Yes, 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 Mr. Bear, yes. Um, Gemini says both Billy and Kyle are spoiled brats. Like I said, Mr. Bear, I think they should have won. They should have won. And I'm gonna sit there. Here's the thing: when I sit there and say they should have won, that doesn't mean I don't like GH. I've been watching GH since I was in high school. They don't put people in prison like Sean, Alexis, Spencer went to prison twice, so please. Yeah, like I said, I want the old Esme back. I want that old Esme back. I want the chick back that comes in there and just starts effing stuff up just because she can. Ariana says Ridge over Jack with, yeah, And yeah, exactly. And Maurice Bernard. Exactly, CWC. Now, Freddie says Dante and Anna are dead me. I doubt that, but it's going to be interesting. Freddie, when I saw that, I was like, it brought me back to the Bob Guza days. Yeah, I'm surprised by that too. I'm surprised by that too, CW. Ethel says the old Esme is on her way back. I said that in my review. Ethel, I was like, it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas. DC says, I'm glad Esme has Laura as an ally. She needs one. Ron says, what BS was Chad talking? He is jealous but won't marry Stephanie. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what DC said. It's like somebody else playing with your toys that you didn't want. Darby says, ooh. Jerry Atkins says, I'm ready for her to come back. Yeah, I missed the old Esme. Darby says Sean was a criminal and he was bound to go there eventually when hanging out with Sonny. Yes. Johnson says I heard the new character from Days has a past with one of the male characters that, from what I understand, won't want her around. Hmm. Eagle Fang said, hey, I was still not watching Jage, but how the heck did Jage win 6 awards? Eden McCoy wins the award for Best Young Actor. Like, what? They did a poor job with the selection of these awards. The Eden McCoy thing, I'll sit there and say this again. Um, Even though I know Mrs. Jack Adams is going to be pissed off, they shouldn't have put all three of those in the same category. They really shouldn't have. Krista says PB has 5 Emmys. I don't know who. Oh, Peter Berkman. Okay. DC says, so did they ever figure out what Maggie whole thing with Esme was? I almost feel like they forgot about that. DC. Eagle fans that you put Ian McCoy against Tyler, that was funny as hell. I knew she was going to win when I saw that. But Eagle fan, to be fair, that wasn't her fault. That's the problem. It's like I don't blame her because she can act, but like don't put her in a situation when you're going up against 10-year-olds. CW says Zendaya is going to be seeing red when he finds out what. Oh yes, yes. Eagle fan says Kristen that plays Starmana and Kiki at least beat people her age for the award. It's not her fault. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not here to sit there and try to change. I'm not here to sit there and try to. Somebody said discredit her. I'm like, okay. Johnson says Sophie should have won that. Yes. LaShanta says, Albert, can you believe Pam came from Bold and the Beautiful and got an Emmy for playing the hell out of? Yes, I can. And thank you, Black Mom. Make sure you do hit the like button. It really does actually help. Seriously, it does. Oh my God, I can't believe we actually got 39 people. I wonder where the likes are. Ron says Pauline needs to stay in her lane. She should know. Well, I mean, she has some experience with that. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I can't see it not happening, Jonathan. I can't see it not happening. Well, okay, so yeah, we got 15 likes. We got 40 people in the chat. If you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Ethel said they should have shown the scenes the actor submitted for the Emmy reels. Well, here's the thing, Crystal Hopkins. Esme is guilty of something. The whole town is guilty of something. See, this is my whole thing, and I said this in my review, and I don't really care what pisses off. Yes, Esme is guilty, and she should pay for her crimes. So should Carly. So should Sonny. So should Sam. So should everyone. Okay, that's the whole. They need to pay for their crimes. I'm sorry, but you can kind of miss me with that. DCC is, by the way, Team Christina or Phyllis. I do feel Phyllis doesn't deserve love since I know she's going to do something to sabotage it in the end. That's a damn good question. Yes. Chat, why not? Team Christina or Team Phyllis? Which one are you? Now, LaShanta says everyone mad Josh won over the kids, but she won for at the time before young person. Okay, I see that we're missing the point. CW says they only show the actors' reels. Hmm. Oh. Ron says, what did you think of the Alex Chanel scene? It was boring and unnecessary, Ron. I thought it was boring and unnecessary. Mr. Bear said, did the Sheila character win anything? No. No. Exactly, DC. Now, DC says Laura kills someone, Sonny kills someone, Carly kills someone, Michael kills someone, Ava kills someone, Olivia kills someone, Dante kills someone. Exactly. This is why I always said when people sit there and say, but Esme needs to pay for her crimes. She needs to pay for her crimes. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Johnson says, did we get much of Kristen these past week? No. No, we did not, Jonathan. We got a lot of Tate and Teresa, which was ugh. DC says, do you feel Leo deserves to be redeemed? Yes. Yes, I do, DC. But here's the thing, DC. I kind of like his character the way he is, though. I don't see why they need to like mess it up. I don't know about mess it up, but Eagle Fan says I'm glad the one guy walked away from the company today on YNR. Get away from that Tucker mess. Ron says, "But do you trust Brad Bell because you never know if he's going to try and put Bridget and Finn together?" I mean, I don't. I don't know why you try to put Finn and Bridget and Thomas together. Aren't they brother and sister? Johnson says, I was hoping to see Kristen react of Gabby going to prison. Yeah, here's the thing, Jonathan. Every time I get to sit there and see my girl Kristen, I'm happy. Everybody says I haven't seen Kristen since she was blackmailed by. Yeah. Crystal says Michael went to prison. Okay. Like I said, I'm happy, and I'm gonna sit there and say this again. I am happy, happy, happy that Esme is finally getting her memories back. Because I need her to F some I need her to start effing stuff up. Okay? That's how I feel. Johnson says now Steffi doesn't have any allies at the demerit. Oh, Stefan, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. DT said just like is how Nate Supton's a good woman. I was disappointed in Victoria. I thought she was different. I don't but DC, I don't think that she did like the worst offense ever though. And this is what I said in my review, DC. Nate overreacted. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and say again. I'm gonna say this again, DC. Nate overreacted, but he overreacted because I feel like Victoria and Cole are dealing with the Claire situation. So he overreacted on that. Lashanta says, I see Nina going to Ava for help. Ava can't help herself. Ariana says, Esme needs to be the true villain she started out to be. Yes, yes, I agree. I agree 100%. Hmm. Johnson says Stefan backstab EJ. Stefan backstab EJ. He backstabbed Kristen and Tony will side with EJ. So who is? Yeah. What's good, Dolly? DC says, but Nate deserves a real woman. I thought Victoria was one, but she's just another Elena. I don't understand how you think that like she did the worst thing in the world. Though. Freddie says, bro, Ace haven't been going for a month. Exactly. That's the thing, Freddie. He's acting like Ace is like on another planet or something, or across the country. I'm like, bro, you need to calm that ish down. Monique says so much for saying I want to be part of that world. Now she's diving headfirst with Dante, and yes, what's the difference? What's the difference? Yes, she had to sit there and just randomly break up with 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 Jason. Kyrie is the one and only. She did her best to save Claire from those. Oh, okay, what's good, Kyrie? Johnson says, "What do you think, Esme? What do you think Esme would do if she gets her full memories back? Make the show interesting." That's what she'll do, Jonathan. She'll make the show interesting. As far as her plot, that I don't know, but I know she's gonna make it interesting. DC says Victoria didn't have Nate's back or stand up for a man. I can't respect someone like that. Well, okay, but here's the thing, DC. What did you expect her to do, though? At the end of the day, it's her father's company. What was she supposed to do? I don't think that was the worst thing ever. Like here's the thing, if you're gonna sit there and break up with somebody over something like that, maybe your ass ain't worth it. Like I'm gonna keep it 100. I think Nate is an interesting character, but like if you're gonna sit there and be that petty and that caught in your feelings that her daddy fired you and you blame it on her, nah, bro. Maybe you don't deserve to be with Victoria at that point. CW says Lily's going to be with Maddie. Yep. Oh, and that comment's for you, DC. That comment is for you, DC Soap Sanctuary. So DC, he has a question for you. How can those women see what that maybe they're lonely and can't? How was it, Jonathan? And get it over with. Okay, Crystal. DC says she could have spoke on Nate's behalf, but Nate deserves much better in a way. Devon has been with Nate is atrocious. See that I can agree. I can agree. The whole speaking up for him, yeah, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Like in all reality, do you see again? If Nate's gonna be that butthurt about it, Kerry says Nate got mad at Victoria because he didn't have any plan to go after Victoria, but not let. Let's not pretend Victoria is a prize. I keep the same goddamn songs over and over again. DC says Nate, I believe, generally wanted to help Victor. Victor is a toxic. Oh no, and I agree with that. And I agree with that. No, Victor is an erratic dick. Freddie says, Greg, you old ass wants to jump from a plane. It couldn't be me. But you know, my whole thing is I knew Alexis was going to sit there and do it with him. I knew Alexis was going to do it with him. DC says, I understand Nate's feeling hurt. The woman you love not having your back, that kind of hurts, especially since he didn't really have anyone but her. And I get that. I get that, but I don't think that's a capital offense to sit there and really be that angry. You know? Lisa said, do you think Temp Josh will be a good recast? No. No, 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 no. Eden McCoy made that character. If we're gonna be honest. What's good, Duane? Eden McCoy made that character. Duane, those damn Logans. Ron says Nate just power hungry and a user just trying to get what he wanted. Harry says, yeah, they need to sing cancel culture after Brad Bell. Hmm. Well, never really been a fan of cancel culture. Although I don't like the way that they fired I don't like the way they fired Kristen. You know I have to say it. I have to say it, Lord B. Yeah, Dolly. There was a temporary Jocelyn today. This is Jack Abbott herself, the one and only. Monique says, was it me or was Brooke confessing her love to Eric? Wow, it's just have a good night, DC. And no, Lisa, I agree. He didn't do anything wrong. And this question is for you. This question is for you, Carries. I cannot goes down. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. Johnson says, I'm sure you heard about Yep. Mm-hmm. Ew, damn. I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. I read that and I was like, oh shit. You know, I'll sit there and say this much, Jonathan. Just said, was it me or was Trina a bit too aggressive with Esme today? Ron says, I didn't watch B&B today because they fight. Okay. Um, Now Jess has a comment. Jess says, was it me or was Trina a bit too aggressive with Esme today? I think Jess is about to be canceled right now. Yep, yep. I think Jess is about to be canceled. Sorry, Jess. I think they could. I think they could. I just, you know, the problem is Jonathan. I didn't like him that much in Ant Man. I didn't like the character that much in Ant Man. So it's like, do they really need Kane? Especially that version. I'm like, bro, you got Ant Man sitting there fighting toe to toe with him. Like, come on. Oh, John Boyega. Oh no, Kyrie, it's not about me. Not about me. I didn't say I was going to cancel her. You know who's going to cancel her. I didn't sit there and say me. You know damn well who's going to cancel her. Freddie says, Albert, I remember being on the Ferris wheel when I got up. The sky couldn't. Yeah. You know, here's the thing, Freddie. It's looking up for me. It's not looking down. It's looking up for me. Just say, yeah, you can't cancel me. I run this. It's very true. She is the queen for a reason. Very true. That's why people call Jess the first lady. Duan says MCU should bring back the Scarlet Witch. I can't believe they actually killed her off. Like Eagle fan says, I like how Has handled the entire kissing thing with the one chick. Yeah, he was like, "Yo, listen, I'm not lying. I'm not lying for you, bro." Oh, damn. Okay, Mister Bay wasn't a fan of her. Was a fan of her voice. Yeah, I mean, they call you the first lady for a reason, Jess. Lashanta says Zende getting on my nerves. Wow, what did he do? Ron says, everyone in the chat knew I was right about Brad Bell bias and a hater. I just knew he would do something so effing stupid by getting rid of Taylor. Look what they did to. I can't sit there and argue with you about that. I do feel like it was a waste. Do I do feel like it was a waste. But well, I don't know if you watch Captain Marvel, so or the Marvels. If you watch the Marvels, then you know what they might do and how they might bring her back. Spider Quick was good. Johnson says if they have had Darbrook come to GH and play Dylan Cornman, he would also reunited with. Oh, okay. I wouldn't go that far. But then again, you only watch GH, so. Harry says just like you can't trust those Logans or untrustworthy women. Yeah, no, they're just just the worst. Oh, another person wants to get canceled tonight. Okay, so Darby says, I think that Trina and Josh are a little too full of themselves. They both need to be knocked down a notch. That's been coming. That's been long coming. That is very true. Very true, CW. That is Magneto's daughter. But he also has another daughter though too. No, it's very quick. You said it was the best today. You said it was the best one today. Johnson says I think Dylan could also be paired with Maxie. I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm like, Duane, you know how it is when you sit there and talk about Trina. I mean, I'll sit there and talk about Trina as much as I goddamn want, but um, I'm used to Snifty getting a certain level of smoke, so I give no Fs. Exactly, Duane. Yes, Polaris. Duane, what was that show called? The Gifted. I like that show. LaShata says Trina's too self-righteous for me. Like Adam, I know he's annoying, but he is also expensive. Darby says it's Polaris. You're right. Thank you, Darby. I don't think so, Mr. Bear. I see my dude Darby. Just says I don't know why Kristen was in her feelings today. Blaze already. Yes, that's very true. But here's the thing, Jess. It still hurts, though. You know, like it's you are correct about that, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't hurt. It didn't hurt her. Ron says I did it too. It's a shame the gifted was canceled. Yeah. Duan, the gifted was better than Inhumans. That's the sad part. Like if you saw the Inhumans, The Gifted was a better show. If we're gonna keep it real. If we're gonna keep it real. Oh, my dude Darby knows his comics. That's what's up. I see that I assembled the right team. Um, Harry says I still think Max you should have stuck with Mason. I'm pretty sure that somebody would think different about that. You honestly okay, so you saw the Inhumans. Okay, so you already know what I'm talking about. I mean, Duan, I didn't think it was the worst thing ever, if we're gonna be honest, but like, when the Gifted was better, that's saying something. Johnson says you can also have Dylan do scenes with his niece Brooklyn. Hmm. But no, that's the thing, Freddie. Is I mean, don't get me wrong, I can deal with heights, but like it's not the looking down part. It's the that's the thing, Freddie. It's the looking up for me. Monique says if that Brennan guy wasn't after Sonny or Anna, I can definitely see him. Yes, I could as well, Monique. Duane says I saw Inhumans and the ratings. But Duane, I mean, and I'm not trying to give them any slack, but that's when Marvel was fractured. Marvel was fractured. Okay, you had the TV and that dude doing his thing, and you had the movies doing its thing. So, as much as I don't like it, I give them a little bit of leeway because they were very fractured. Lisa says Harrison wants to be honest with Ava. Maybe Ava will finally tell him the truth about Clyde. I mean, that would be nice. It would definitely speed it up. Johnson says I can see Dylan and Maxie bonding over Georgie, and then growing close with each other. I mean, if it gives Maxie more of a story, then I'll be down with it. You know, what's good, Double C? I'll be down with it if they give Maxie more of a story. Um, Eagle fan says, Kyrie says, I'm going off on Sloan tonight. She pissed me off royally. Yes, Kyrie has a live stream at 9:45 tonight. Eagle fan says, only if Nicole listens to the one guy trying to tell her that her baby is alive. Exactly, Leo, yes. Lisa says Maxie needs a break from relationships. The thing is, it gives her something to do. So, Duane says, I watched WandaVision. I can't make it through Blue Beetle. Wow. I guess not every movie for everyone. I actually like Blue Beetle, but Darby says I'm still pissed off at Marvel Comics for a time because they tried to kill off the X-Men for the humans. Ooh, yeah, that. That just put a bad taste in my mouth. And Crystal says, "How is Trina always in the wrong?" I don't remember anyone saying that she's always in the wrong, but okay, that's weird interpretation. Um, Eagle Fang says, "Leo, thank you. Still getting used to the name." Oh yeah, no, of course. Eagle Fang, trust me, it takes me at least a good while to try to get their names. Um, Trust me, Eagle Fang, it's hard when I start reviewing something and I can't remember the names. That pisses me off. Johnson says maybe Dylan can return to town looking to shoot a film based on Georgie's life and need Maxie's help. Freddie says, I know I'm young, but I'm sure as hell not trying to have a heart attack being on. Well, I mean, I think probably the most will wind up happening is you just pass out. Um, so Freddie, I take it that you don't do roller coasters, right? Alyssa, what's good? Talking about some very sensitive subjects, so um, just be aware what the title is. Juan says they did try to kill off the mutants. When yeah, that's. Let's everyone say what's up. Yeah, exactly. It's been in a hot minute. It's good to see you. Why is it Jesus Christ? Cherry Ice Cream says Maxie and Spinelli are supposed to be together. You mean, are co-parenting? Freddie says as long as it doesn't touch the sky. Okay. Monique says got one show on Netflix. It was kind of similar to The Gifted and Humans called Imperfects. I feel like I might have heard of that one. Um, Monique, I feel like I might have heard of that one. Lisa said wasn't Dylan involved with Kiki at one point? Yes. Eagle says Stephanie needs to grow up and tell the truth. She's all angry because her now ex was doing what he did, but did not, but she did worse. She made out with Harrison and wanted him to lie about it. Grow up. Just says I'm mad. Violet wasn't on today. Really? Harry says, what did you rate Jill on YNR? Um, like a like a three. I would have rated her a three. I would rate her a three. Duan says, "What's the storyline? What's the storyline of the boys?" Oof. You got the comics, and then you got the show. I don't know much about the comics. Um, Duan, the show is it's kind of like DC. It's like DC, and it's almost like parodies or like darker versions of DC and Marvel characters. Like Homelander is Superman. Queen Mava is Wonder Woman. Stuff like that. But yeah, Duan, think of like Marvel and DC dark characters. Darby says Trina at most times is a good person, almost perfect at times, and willing to tell you how perfect she is. Sometimes she can be a bit much to put with her large ego. Just as oh, just just when I couldn't sit there and think that she could be more awesome, she watches the boys. Jesse, you're amazing. You're so amazing. I'm gonna totally thinking about how mad you was at me this weekend. Happy night, Lashanta. Exactly, Duan. He's he's an effed up Captain America. He's an effed up Captain America. It's of course, it's played by Jens Knuckles, so it's like nearly anything that Jens Knuckles does, I'm with. Just as Homelander is my favorite, though. Damn it, Jess, how could you? I'm like speechless at this point. I am beyond speech. Billy says the boys comics is just extreme for the sake of being extreme. Yeah, it is. Big Samuel was good, Samuel. Jonathan, they got a guy named Kevin Porter. You heard of him? Hmm. I'm like, Jess, once again, I'm actually speechless. What, Jess, that's actually the second time I'm actually speechless. That you actually made me speechless. Second time. Luan says, careful, Jess, you're gonna make Albert burn the. Kyrie's, I would sit there and give her. I'll give her an 8. No, I would give her a 7.5. I would give her a 7.5. Jonathan, let me know if you heard of a guy named Kevin Porter. Dolly, I tried. I think I got like 6 episodes in and I just gave up. Like literally, I just gave up at 6 episodes. Um, Alyssa, Days was okay. I'm glad. Yeah, Alyssa, it was like a really, hmm, it was like a train wreck that I was glad that it was over. Johnson says, I don't know who Kevin Porter is. Jonathan, look up Bat in the Sun. Look up Bat in the Sun, and you'll see who I'm talking about. They call him the best internet Batman. Hmm. But yeah, Jonathan, look up Bat in the Sun. Duane, I didn't actually watch Generation V. I'm gonna watch him when the boys come out again. Yeah, sure, Spider-Quake. Simon says, as my memory's coming back is a bit overdue, isn't it? I don't even care anymore. Well, I'm happy. Double C says 902 reboot. 90210 reboot ain't no one tree hell, that's for sure. That was my show, Double C. One Tree Hill. Well, One Tree Hill and Gossip Girl. The first Gossip Girl. Carrie says, I don't care if Esme memories are back or not. I still don't want Spencer to have any custody of Ace. He don't deserve it. But yeah, Alyssa, I was so done with them. Billy says Generation V is actually pretty good. Made me wish we got damn. Yeah, I watched some of the episodes of him being Batman. It's like watch the episode when he fights Darth Vader, Jonathan. And then you tell me if he's not a good Batman. Simmons says there will be no One Tree Hill without 90210. That's very true. Somebody asked me about the reboot. And I was like, I watched like 8 episodes and I couldn't do it. Dory says, Albert, who was the company president who kept talking down the Homeland and the black dude with the alligator? Oh, what is his name? Chat. What is his name? I like the actor too. He was in he was in the Mandalorian. The hell is his name? All right, I guess I'm gonna have to sit there and go to the internet. Oh, okay, that name that I can't pronounce. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna try to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce that. Though it says they casted one of 90210. Ron, it was actually good. No, seriously, thank you, Jonathan. It was actually good. I actually like B&B today. Monique says December 22nd, New York memo comes out. Oh, I'm gonna see it. I need to know when it was actually coming out, so thank you. Thank you, Monique. John Carlo. Oh, John Carlo. Yeah. Thank you again, Jonathan. 'Cause I was like, I'm not even gonna sit there and try to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce that. Simon says, I'm so excited about YNR lately. This is how I remember the show being back in the 90s. In the 2000s, I must admit, yeah, well, I don't know what it was like back then, but like I'm loving it now. That's what I said. B&B and YNR was actually the best ones. Seriously, I appreciate you, Jonathan. Freddie says, I remember my sister had two miscarriages destroy her. Then when she got a third again, well, I'm sorry she had to sit there and sorry that happened to her, though. It's a, I'm also happy that she had a, you know, baby girl. Duan says they wanted John Carlo to play Professor. I remember that, Duan. People were pissed. Duan, I'm telling you, people lost their. I wasn't pissed, but I did think it was pretty. Mm, I have my issues about when they do stuff like that. I have a huge problem about that. I'll say I really do. Duan. Sam says who won best soap at the date General Hospital. Just say yeah, I don't give. She don't care at this point. She's just kind of over it. I'm personally happy. Curry says Nina and Esme should be form a friendship. I'm sure Esme won't let Michael get away with. Hmm, that'd be an interesting team up. John, yeah, I have to tell you, Jonathan, I think with his voice and the way that he acts, it'll be perfect. Because there's times where he seemed like he's just talking down to people just on a regular when he interacts with certain people. One says they wanted Kiki Palmer to play Rogue. Do I? You know that people would have lost their ish, right? People, I'm not even joking about that, Duan. People would have lost their minds. Ron says, another story I will watch is Zende going on RJ or Bridget and Thorn, but the others I don't care for. Okay. Ready? So yeah, Albert heard. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it, but like, I'm just, I mean, I'm glad that a blessing came out of that, though. You know, I'm glad that a blessing came from that. Samuel says all the soaps were terrible this year. This is why I asked because to win an award at a time where all the soaps sucks is laughable. Hmm. I don't sometimes say all the soaps. Juan says as long as Storm is still black. Wow. I don't know. Maybe they should have made her. Maybe they should have made her Asian. Juan, maybe they should have made her Asian. I mean, seriously, if we're gonna sit there and start swapping stuff left and right, Tracy, they sure did drag out the Esme memory loss. Glad to thank you. Juan says I can see Jace Momoa playing Gambit. Who's that other dude that was supposed to play Gambit though? Double C. Yeah, no, Fred, it's definitely a blessing. What was that dude supposed to play Gambit though? Just especially since GH hasn't been good in a while. It hasn't. Simon says, why not really flip the show on his head right at the end of the year? I'm loving it. And yes, thank you, Duan Channing Tatum. Shannon Tatum. Darby says, stop playing Albert with age. Listen, Darby, we want to if they want to sit there and start mixing stuff around, let's really mix it. Okay? Let's mix the F out of it. If they want to mix stuff, let's mix it. Happy Monday to you, Tim. Tracy. Kyrie says my Aunt Joy saved YNR. Oh, Chris Cameron Kirk also, really helped with the whole YNR stuff, I'm gonna be honest. Kyrie says I want Nina to slap Michael so hard that he falls down the stairs right at Carly and Willow. Damn, okay. Oh, and Samuel agrees with you. It's a funny thing, Darby. I'm not playing. I'm being dead ass serious though too. Brian says Albert. I remember when Josh Griffin fired those other writers, but he did a great job because they won for best writing team. Yeah, no, it was definitely a good job. I, I have nothing negative to say about that. Duan says there weren't many Asians. I'm just, Duan, then they're gonna have to sit there and find them somewhere else. Here's the thing, Duan. Like I said, if they want to sit there and start mixing stuff around, mix it all the way around. Okay, turn it on its head, and then everyone on the internet can be upset. Yeah, I didn't know who. I heard. Yeah, I heard it was a big deal. Her coming back to do soaps and stuff like that. Because Dewan, people. Here's the thing: people were mad, and that was just a rumor. Darby says Storm has to be black with platinum white hair and white eyes, just like the comics, and she has to be near 6 feet tall. Oh, they don't. I mean, in the perfect world, Darby, yes, but I mean, the only time that those sit there and get mad if stuff is noticeable, Darby. Like if they're popular enough, then yeah. I mean, no one got up mad at Iris Russ on the Flash, but if they change the race of Lois, people will lose their goddamn minds, and that's the truth. Double did you heard about Mamie Joker suing Rockstar? Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you're liking it, Crystal. Freddie says, I give it to the woman, though, because I can only imagine what it feels like to go through. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I agree with that. Ron says, I think Michelle Morgan will be a great storm. She's not. Why not? I mean, I'm pretty. I'm not even going to say anything about Holly Berry at this point. Darby says, I'm still mad about Holly Berry playing Storm with her short. Actually, I liked it with the short hair. Autumn says, now that Carly knows Mr. Brennan is the head of WSB, she really needs to watch her back and tell Sonny. Well, Autumn, I mean, he should have sat there and said, I mean, she he asked her out twice, and I'm like, the first time fine, the second time, the fact that she was so nice was just like I was surprised. W says to Flash, no way as popular as no, exactly, but that's what I'm saying though. That's my point, Darby. They changed the race of Iris, and that was okay. But they damn well would never do that with Lois. Juwan says Short had short hair before. Oh, I thought you yeah. Just says I want Carly to cheat. Oh damn, okay. Is that because you just don't like Drew? Ron says I bet the best thing for Rents to repeat for the new year is that Bell writes Sheila B. Oh my god. Feels Tabitha. Okay. My dude Ron is never gonna get off this Sheila having a oh Jess, at least you're honest. Freddie says Carly needs a one night stand because Drew ain't it. Oh, okay. A lot of people agree with you, Jess. Melissa, I saw Nikki drinking again, and then she sees Jordan through the window. Yo, Alyssa, let me tell you something. Well, somebody else said it also. Victor needs to get new security people. Needs to get new security people. The fact that Jordan just strolled on this man's property and not one guard saw anything, that's so crazy. Lisa says the pregnancy test could have been a false positive. John said y'all want Carly to cheat with Brendan. Yeah, you know the. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the same contempt as other people do for those characters. Okay, so yeah, Alyssa, yeah, you would just on that one. You would just on that one. Yeah, I didn't actually take any effing notes either. Lisa said, I don't know how they can bring back Nicholas after kidnapping Esme. Hmm. I mean, they could. I just don't know who would play what you call at this point. Freddie says it's like watching a boring romance Hallmark movie. See, I can't. Yeah, I can't do the Hallmark movies. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't understand why they're so disliked. W says maybe Jordan got the Nikki wig to get on the property, like what Newman. Oh, okay. All right, okay, all right. I can see that. Makes sense why she was wearing the wig. Orby says the only thing I'm going to say is that there is good chemistry with Carly and Brendan. Nothing wrong with Hallmark movies. You know, I never actually, um, I never seemed like I was really too interested in watching a Hallmark movie. I seen clips of it, and I was just like, yeah, it doesn't seem like my thing. But you know, some people like it, so Ron says, I've asked this question in the chat if they watched Passions with Tabitha having her child named Endor. I don't know if people would actually remember that, Ron. You asked Ron, you asked Danny Bear if she knew who Jerry was. I don't think most people even remember who Jerry is. You know, Jesse, I was gonna sit there and say he sounds more. No, actually, he does sound more Australian. No, he does sound more Australian. Freddie said you just don't match, just like Van and Liz. Yep, that is correct. At least right now, listen. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm watching a little bit tomorrow's episode. No, Darby, no, she's right. That's not a British. That is an Australian accent. Darby, no, she's right. Melissa's right. Lisa said Nate should have kept quiet about his suspicions of Nikki. Oh, that's probably in tomorrow's episode. Okay. This is really a thought. Anna said something about. Hmm. But you know what it is, Jazz? I can hear the accent. That's the thing. I can hear the accent. And it's weird too, though, because like there's a character on the show named EJ who has a British accent. When he's not playing EJ, he does have an Austin accent, and you can hear the difference. It takes a few seconds, but you can hear the difference. Yeah, listen, just like the new guy that plays EJ. He has an Austin accent, but he plays a British character. Ever says now about being. Oh, okay. Well, then I was completely wrong and needed to just stay out of that conversation. Australian, yeah, thank you, Alyssa. Lobby says, can we please only talk about this one episode? Talking about the next episode is confusing. I never, here's the thing, Lobby. I never really limit people on what to talk about. Ron says, I did ask her that, but when you explained to Danny, he was a. Well, okay, but Ron, what I'm saying is Jerry isn't a very known and popular character, so the chances of getting him back on the show is kind of slim to none. That's why we're using it to talk about Tabitha. I don't think most people probably remember who Tabitha is. Damn, I can't believe that Danny's actually been on the show for. I mean, been on YouTube for like 12 something years. Let's say British and Australian accents are similar but different. An Australian accent sounds really long compared to a British one. No, but here's the thing, Lobby. Trust me, I understand sometimes too. Lobby, I get more confused when I'm watching it because if I watch today's episode, tomorrow's episode, and I'm talking to the chat, um, I get a little confused. Lisa says, "Why isn't Thomas at the hospital?" Lorby said, I thought Jerry sound British to me. Hmm. Why isn't Thomas at the hospital? I mean, why is none of them at the hospital? But you know, unless like I said with Dan Fiergone, um, that's when it made sense to me, like how similar but different it sounds. Freddie says, Violet forgot her mother. Yeah, I mean they don't really talk about it. They don't really talk about it. Tracy says Jerry sounds Australian to me. And then Crystal says, Bewitched, I'm old. Okay. Left field. But I don't know. Tracy, I was sit there and say, I should tell you, I have to sit there and re-listen to it again. Like I would have to re-listen to it again. Yeah, I would definitely have to sit there and re-listen to that. They're similar, but they're different. Hmm. Let's take a look at one thing. POS. Hmm. Hmm. Well, as fun as this has actually been, I do got to sit there and wrap up this live stream a little early because I do have to wake up at a ungodly morning time. But I do want to thank everyone for joining now. This is actually a lot of fun. Do appreciate every single one of y'all for coming through. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see y'all tomorrow in the next live stream. So have a good night, Alyssa. Good to see you again. Thank you for coming back to the chat. It's always a pleasure. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Crystal Hopkins. Have a good night, Lisa. It's good to see you. Have a good night, Blackmont. Yeah, no, I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up at 5. So just says no arguing today. I love to see it. Have a good night, Jess. Queen Jess. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Freddie. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Kyrese. Yes, thank you, Lorby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hit the like button on the way out. Yeah, trust me, Alyssa. When I'm doing this full time, we'll be going 2 hours again. But you have a good night, Alyssa. Thank you for joining again. It's always a pleasure to see you. Hell yes, Ariana. Hell yes. Freddie says, get your sleep, boomer bostic. Thank you, my friend, Freddie. It was good to see you in the chat again. Ariana says, good night, Albert Starbucks smart. Damn right, Starbucks. Have a good night, Krista Hopkins. Have a good night, Duan. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. We are going to talk about Tabitha tomorrow. Ron says, good night, everyone. And we are going to talk about Tabitha tomorrow night. Okay, Ron. You got it, buddy. Have a nice Spiderquake. I feel like I'm forgetting a couple people. Duan says you should do a 24-hour live stream. Oh no. James did a 24-hour live stream. That seemed like that was some work. Yes, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Oh, and also have a nice Spiderquake. Stay safe. I will see it Just that that would be cool for the New Year's Eve, or at least into midnight. And Alyssa, that was insane. And you know why it was also insane, right? Remember the other reason why it was insane, Alyssa? And that's actually a good idea, Jess. That's what I was like, yo, listen, that's a spot on good idea. Well, I said James got paid for that. He did. He did. No, it was crazy, Alyssa. But again, you know why it was also crazy, though, right? You remember why it was crazy, Alyssa? You know what I'm talking about. One day, a live stream. Yeah, like I said. All right, but have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. I will see you on the next live stream. Like we said, Chicken Abba doesn't want to do it. Well, I don't know about the 24-hour live stream, but Jess does actually have a point about what you call it. Listen, see, listen to what I'm talking about. And Tracy, yeah, Tracy also knows what I'm talking about. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna sit there and describe her again because I want to try to end this off on a happy note. But y'all know, well, y'all know. All right, later, everyone. I'll see y'all tomorrow in the next live stream.